They been beefing already on my own Instagram. Errol Spence, he was that nigga. Boy, say I'm finna knock your boy ass out, Boosie. Call him right now. Call him right now, man. Buzz gonna knock him out. This is a untamed. This nigga here hit so hard, smoke. Terrence Crawford.
Crawford. I ain't seen him fight.
Crawford, undisputed. Both of them like 37-0.
You know, Errol Spencer had that bad ass car accident after
this. Man. You know, that's the nigga who busting Floyd up in camp. That's how he got. That's how he got on.
I still fight.
I've been talking about this nigga. Hey, I've been talking about this nigga fighting Javante for 4 years. I've been telling everybody. Nobody ain't won't believe me.
I gotta see.
Nobody ain't won't believe me.
Who you got between Bud and Spence?
Bud, nigga.
I really want Spence just to show and shut everybody up and see what they're gonna say after that. Because I know it's gonna be a lot of excuses and bandwagon shit, and it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Omaha, to me, is home. I think that's where all the pain came from. When I go down to the neighborhoods that I grew up in, that just remind me and reflect back off where I came from.
3169 Larimore Street. Take me back to your block.
And that's where it all started. Me going in the street, putting on the gloves, me fighting in the alleys. Just a typical bad kid running the neighborhood.
What did you say when he was born?
I remember he came out with his hands balled up. Son, I want him. His dad said he got $1 million baby boy.
My dad used to tell my mom I was gonna be a world champ.
I told him we wouldn't be
Terrence's father, your husband, shipped out. So now you're here with 3 kids. What was that like for you?
If Bud was around the corner fight, somebody gonna come and tell me, I'll go around and get him, snatch him up, and bring him home.
And
he know what time it was.
he got whooping.
He sure did.
What kind of whooping?
An ass whooping with a belt.
She has her own ways to motivate her son. She has her own way of loving her son. But they love each other, man. They're 2 peas in the pot together.
You kept telling him, oh, you're never going to amount to anything. Did you really believe it?
Some things that I said to him, I wanted him to be a man. Don't be afraid of nobody.
That's a hard lesson to learn, you're 12, 13.
Yeah, but he had to learn it.
How'd that make you feel?
It filled me with rage. Every time I stepped foot in the ring or anything that I ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to it.
How'd you think he did?
He did good because he was around here beating up everybody in the neighborhood.
What came first, the mean or the talent?
I think the mean came first. When I first started boxing, I just could fight. I couldn't box. All my coaches was like, he got heart. He ain't scared of nothing, he can fight. That's when they started teaching me technique and the art of boxing.
A good deal of what you remember in your childhood was you getting whooped all the time by your mom.
And I was getting kicked out of school and doing bad things. I think getting whooped, that just made me immune to pain.
Explain that to me.
Well, I was always getting in trouble. So I was always getting a whooping for something. So at a point in time, it just became numb to me. Well, it ain't gonna hurt. It ain't nothing but a belt or something.
First time it hurt, though?
Yeah, I was a little kid.
And at some point, the whooping stopped?
Yeah, I wasn't having all that.
He was 13 when he said, Mom, you're not gonna whoop me no more. He took the belt.
I grabbed the belt and told him, you ain't about to hit me no more. Oh, that's out the window. I ain't getting with him no more.
The champ is here!
I think I got more respect, you know, from my mom.
You once told me I was fighting for her approval, for her to tell me she was proud or happy, but she never would, so I stayed angry. Explain that to me.
When she always telling you you're gonna lose or you're not good enough or you're gonna get your ass kicked or things like that, it's like, okay. When I win this tournament, she gonna say congratulations or good job or I'm proud of you. But it never happened.
What he remembers is all those years wanting for you to say,
I love you.
yes.
Yep. Yes.
And you didn't do it.
Nope.
Just a couple stories about Terrence quickly. When he was a young fighter fighting on ESPN, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, got shot in the head, drove himself to the hospital.
Man, that day was just a messed up day from the jump.
A lot of people are saying you're next in line to take over for Floyd Mayweather in that welterweight division. How do you think you compare to him now as a fighter?
I think I compared to him a lot. I mean, Floyd was an amazing fighter, especially starting out in his career. And, I've been doing the same thing. I'm about getting belts. I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And then it starts this Saturday versus Lamont Peterson.
Why this guy? Why Peterson?
He was the only guy available. I just didn't want to fight just anybody. I didn't want to showcase fight. I wanted to fight, a top contender, a top guy. And Lamont Peterson, he's tough. Some people say he beat Danny Garcia. So I wanted to fight a guy that I can show my skills against.
Keith Thurman wasn't available? I mean, he's got 2 of the belts. You got the 3rd. He wasn't available?
Nah, Keith Thurman wasn't available. He didn't answer the call.
He didn't answer the call. You heard that, Max? He said,
well, that's a fight that's going to marinate before they make it into a big fight. And let me ask you this, Errol, because I ask guys like you, and by guys like you, I mean special talents, this question whenever I have fighter meetings with them. When you survey the landscape, and I'm not just talking about other good fighters, because real super fights can't be promoted into existence. Dust settles, 2 dudes are left standing. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Ali, Frazier,
we
right?
know you know
Leonard
your boxing.
Hagler. The point is, I'm talking to Errol Spence.
Ask the question. We
Don't
know
worry
you
about
know
what
boxing.
I do.
Ask
You
the
do what you
question.
do. You
Hurry
do
up.
what you do. Point is, when you survey the landscape, who do you see that's another special talent? So when the dust settles, you think that's going to be my super fight.
I think the super fight right now is me and Keith Thurman. I mean, I have a belt. He has 2 of the belts, so why not unify? I feel like, that's the best fight right now. That's the easiest fight to be made. We both had the same managers, fight on the same network, so why not do it?
Errol, I'm not talking about, Keith Thurman's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's talented, he's accomplished, and he's won some tough fights. But when I say super fight, I'm talking about that dude. That's going to be my legacy fight because he's like me. I'm a special talent, and he's just a little different than everybody else. Who is that guy in or around your weight class? Because I have an answer for that question. I think Stephen A. has the same answer. What's your answer to that question?
I mean, I really just don't know right now.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
For right now, it looks like Keith Thurman. I really don't know right now.
You don't see
I know
Terrence
what you're trying
Crawford?
to get to. You're probably trying to say Terrence Crawford.
Yes.
That fight's going to happen. Hopefully he beats Jeff Horn and gets that belt. And like I said, I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So when he does get that belt, we can make it happen in the future. So when he does get that belt, we can make it happen in the future.
Mr. Horn, Mr. Crawford, gentlemen, let's do this. Gets out just far enough, and he tries to counter just right there. Just like that with his hand.
Horn comes in with a right hand that leaves flush on Crawford. Right hook. Charging in with a right hand. And a good left hand in the combination.
He's dropping his hands, moving out at distance. Video of the time at him.
When he did Vasily Lomachenko, who fine for that against Pacquiao.
And with this skill level you're seeing with Crawford, now you see why.
On this, see him laying on that left side.
Punching between punches and a push left hand. And here comes Buck. Left hand, right hook, uppercut, sends him back. Another left hand and a knockdown uppercut lands. Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over.
Terrence Crawford, I spoke to him on a couple of occasions over the last few months. He expects to handle his business against Mr. Joe Horn. He wants Keith Thurman himself, but he also wants you. How do you feel about the fact that he wants you?
That's what he's supposed to want. He's a fighter. I'm a fighter too. That's what fighters supposed to do. You're supposed to want the top guys. You're supposed to want the guys with the belt. I expect nothing less from Terrence Crawford but to want him.
But
like
Keith, do you see? Sorry, Keith. Errol, do you see Terrence as different from the other guys? When Stephen A., when a lot of boxing people, fans, media experts, even other fighters look at guys that go, Errol Spence different. He punches, like the way he punches, the hand speed, the athletic ability, the heart, etc. But Terrence Crawford also a different kind of cat. Do you see Terrence as qualitatively different from other fighters in and around your weight class?
I see Terrence Crawford different at 140. I don't know how he's going to do at 147. 147 is different. It's a different type of animal. We're bigger, we're stronger, we're faster than a lot of guys at 140. I don't know how he'll do at 140.
Hold it.
He hasn't proven himself at 140.
Hold it. Are you trying to say that Terrence Crawford, listen, forget about fighting me. You need to show that you can handle the other cats at 147 before you even think about me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Is that what you're saying, Errol Spence Jr.?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it starts out with Jeff Horn. He needs to worry about beating Jeff Horn and getting that belt first before he talk about lining it up with me and Keith Thurman.
What's your suspicion about that fight, though, Errol? What do you think is going to happen in a Terrence Crawford-Jeff Horn fight?
Hey, and I just want to say something. A lot of people want to talk about when I say, we on different side of the streets and things like that. It's true. Me and Terrence Crawford on different side of the streets. He's just signed with ESPN. I don't fight for ESPN. I fight for Showtime or Fox. Talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So he's on this side of the street. Al Heyman. He got 3 coaches. We don't know who the head coach is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a way better fighter than Terrence Crawford. Who has he fought? The only name fight you fight is Yorkers Game Boy, the guy that he fought. I fought Lamar Peterson, Chris Algieri, Kell Brook.
Is you trying to say Earl's run is better? Meanwhile, he fought a dude coming directly off surgery and a broken face. They put that back together. That's one of the belts he won. Was a dude coming directly off a motherfucking loss and plastic surgery along with orthoscopic, what's it called? Bone surgery, okay? Then, what did he win? The belt from Porter. In a fight that people want a rematch or wanted. Okay? The knockdown is what solidified it for him, or that fight would have been considered very close. A phrase we like to use, highly contested, okay? Third, he beat a dude with 4 fucking losses. A dude that was a career journeyman. A dude whose biggest win before that is Omar Figueroa, a natural 135-pounder. Smack yourself. Wake the fuck back up, drink some coffee, call back in and apologize.
You gotta add that all into conclusion to who you say the top welterweight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is smoke and mirrors. That's what Bob Earl do. Bob Earl do a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's easy. Undisputed at 140 with his smoke and mirrors. Jeff Horn. I thought Manny Pacquiao beat him. And I thought Manny Pacquiao beat him again. Jeff Horn, Who had Jeff Horn beat?
Fight fans, why do y'all keep coming through here telling me how much heavy lifting that Earl Spence Jr. is doing? If I get one more of y'all to leave that comment around here, man, oh, Earl is doing all of the heavy lifting, I'm gonna say this one last time. What heavy lifting are y'all talking about? Man, he got 3 world titles to Terrence Crawford's 1. But then when I turn around and say he has 3, when Terrence Crawford has 3 divisions to those 3 world titles, oh, well, I'm not talking about that. Okay, well, then you're saying that Earl Spence collected 3 titles his entire career. Can we use Terrence Crawford's amount of belts that he got in his entire career? It doubles. It doubles Earl Spence. Earl has 3, Terrence has 6. So you mean to tell me Terrence Crawford has been through 3 divisions and defeated undefeated champions, while Earl Spence has stood in 1 division and beaten guys who are already been beat? 3 divisions versus 3 titles. Which is bigger?
Who had Jeff Horn beat? Name somebody Jeff Horn beat.
The loudest person in the room is always the softest person in the room.
You talking too much, man. You talking too much, bro. Okay, we tell them more around. Ain't nobody talking from the side. Why you gotta talk? Ain't nobody talking from the side. Why you gotta talk?
Well, talk to me.
It don't matter.
Talk to him.
Tell your nigga be quiet.
So if I look at you and tell you in a polite way, like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm looking at you straight forward in your eyes. I'm gonna beat your ass. Because I'm sending a direct message to you. I'm gonna beat your ass. And you know it's real. I think that's more meaningful than me. Oh man, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you. Because if you yelling, I'll be like, what is you yelling for?
Hey, we tell them more around. Ain't nobody talking from the side. Why you gotta talk? Ain't nobody talking from the side. Why you gotta talk?
Well, talk to me.
I'm right here. Why you doing all that extra stuff?
Well, talk to me.
It don't matter.
Talk to him.
Tell your nigga be quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga be quiet.
You trying to impress somebody now.
Tell your nigga be quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
quiet.
quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
quiet.
quiet.
Now you talking to me.
You want some attention, don't you? See, I'm the person to tell you, let's go in the room. Let's go in the back.
All right, now you talking to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Back
quiet.
to what we was talking about.
Whatever.
Try that body shot
It don't
shit.
matter. Stop you. Don't stop.
Where ain't nobody around. And let's see who come out. That's me.
Crawford reminds me of me, bro. So I'm pretty sure you know how I feel about that. Ain't nobody else gonna say that, but I'ma say it. The way he approached that shit, he don't see none of them guys. He don't care nothing about none of them guys. He got that real dog in him. That's why I say he reminds me of me. You feel me? And I just think the man can do so much in the ring. I see what Charlo can do. I see what, what's the other guy? Spence can do. I see what Spence can do. But Spence hasn't shown me that he can make a lot of adjustments. When I look at Spence style, I see the same thing. Aggressive, boxer. But I ain't never seen him boxing going back. I ain't never seen him use his counter punching ability. I ain't never seen him